Okay.
Sweet.
It's the Draft Attack podcast.
Draft Attack podcast, season 2, episode 3.
So we don't have a lot to talk about the 500. You know, it wasn't a good 500. Everybody was on the lead lap, and you know, nothing really bad happened. Kind of a boring race. Nobody wrecked, no crashes, no flips, no nothing. The only truth there was that there were no flips.
That's pretty much it. Jeff, that's all set up. Thank you for watching the Draft Attack podcast. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, excuse me. So Daytona, we saw the Xfinity race. Well, that kind of led into the Cup race at the end.
I can agree to that.
Well, into stage 1 and into the actual race.
Well, at least we only had the one attempt at overtime this time around instead of 5. Holy smokes.
That is very true.
Yeah.
Now, so the 2018, okay. Whoever's on the account, congratulations, you gave me a scare there.
That must be Velocity then.
Hey, what's up?
Anyways, so
Hey, Mark.
Hey, Mark. So the 500 kicked off. Pretty interesting. Bowman didn't lead the first lap.
No, he did not. A little surprised by that.
Hamlin led the first lap of the season. It was a little bit of a weird thing, you know, but at least it isn't, you know, at least he led some laps. At least it wasn't Jeff Green 2003. Who started on pole and led no laps. I mean, at least it wasn't that. At least Bowman actually had some laps under his belt. But, I mean, to be quite honest, you know, the first few laps, they were, you know, close together. A little bit of an excitement. You know, I wouldn't say the greatest. It was interesting. You know, we had in the first, I'd say, 20 laps, we went from start of the race where they're side by side, middle of a run where somebody, you know, like one group's out in front. Then we had them reel back in, pack racing. Then we had all single file in the first 20 laps of the actual race.
Well, first caution was Corey LaJoy blowing up, I believe.
Yeah, that proves Corey LaJoy is, you know, that proves Corey LaJoy is back to his old self.
Huh?
Corey LaJoy, he's a what?
No, well, I see what you're saying, but you mean he intentionally blew his engine up?
No, he's just back to his old. He picked up where he left off, the garage.
I think he tweeted like he was the very last person Dale Earnhardt Jr. ever passed in a Cup race. Because I think that's what happened at Homestead, and he said that was a great honor, which I thought was hilarious.
Yeah,
it's a great honor to be passed by someone that I will never meet.
Anyways,
so yeah, the you know, LaJoy, you know, as usual. Really, I think the most interesting part of stage 1 was the finish.
Ugh.
Yep.
You know, nobody really notable got in that wreck.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You know, there was no notables. It wasn't like a 7-time was in there or anything, you know?
No. Oh, wait.
Anyway.
Oh, wait.
So, stage 1's ending. Let me give you this scenario. My grandma's sitting there, we're watching it, and she's saying that Stenhouse and Blaney were going at it, but she said Stenhouse, you know, jumping up in front of Eric Jones, and Eric Jones doesn't know how to drive and should be out of a ride because he couldn't control his car.
Oh my.
That's what my dad said.
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
yeah, this. Hey, let me tell you, today's race was like the weirdest thing because just you should have been there. You should, or I should have been live streaming it. It was hilarious. It was odd. It's entertaining. You know, she's over there having a WWE match with her feet in the floor. I mean, you know. So yeah, she's and you know she's saying that you know those guys in toy here. I'll give you this. Them Toyotas, they should be off the track, and he can't drive. He should be off, and he got into Jimmy Johnson, which is a sin against God, and Toyotas are the devil's work.
Did
And
she actually say that?
no, but she pretty much did. I mean, she was saying like I said this. Anybody that gets into Jimmy Johnson or Chase Elliott, you're just gonna sit there, even if it was accidental, and say that they should be out of a ride, aren't you? She's just laughing. I mean,
pretty much.
it was hilarious though. She's like, "Well, I just don't like this. I'm back from the old school." I said, "Yeah, you're back from 1975, where at Daytona, 55 cars could be on the track, and only the top 3 are on the lead lap, and the leader's got a 20-second lead with no one around him." That was racing. That was good racing. For back in those days, they didn't know what drafting was. Anyway, so stage 1 ended with a green. I guess you could call it green, white, checkered kind of deal. Green and white checkered flag and a caution flag thrown in there.
Yeah.
Okay, so the green, white, checkered. Yeah, Kurt. By the way, I just want to say this. Am I the only one that noticed that the Bush brothers are the only 2 to win stage 1 in the 500 since stage racing was introduced?
I have not noticed that.
Kyle Busch won the very first stage of NASCAR at the Daytona 500, and Kurt Busch wins the first stage in the Daytona 500 race the next year. So keeping it in the family, I guess.
Yeah.
Man, I didn't realize it.
Yeah, so I mean, neither of them were really a good factor for the race, but hey, they just wanted them stage points right there. So
I still think it was a little aggressive what they were doing just for stage points as compared to the entire race, but
I mean, Jimmy Johnson even said that. So yeah, it was a little aggressive, but hey, it is what it is. It's a racing incident. We move on to stage 2.
Oh, good Lord. I think it just...
Okay, so stage 2, there's nothing to say.
Oh, gosh.
Well, I mean, what is there to say? What is there? I mean, stage 1, exciting. Stage 2, what did they even do in stage 2?
You mean what did Blaney do? Except just get the pack on a single file line, and they just moved around the track.
Well,
I mean,
let's see. I mean,
there was there even a... Go ahead.
Blaney was looking pretty strong up there, and yeah, they just kind of did their thing, which, I mean, it's boring, but from a driver's standpoint, I think that's kind of the smarter play in the long run. You know?
Yeah, it's a better for a driver. That's like the best thing that could happen for the fans. Oh my God, it's boring.
It is.
I was sitting there like, but at the same time, I'm thinking to myself, hey, that's just kind of the name of the game. You're trying to get to the end, but then, uh-oh.
I will say this. Down. Yeah, I'll say this. Stage 2 is boring. I'm gonna admit it.
It was boring.
I cannot justify anything to make it unboring. Did we have any wrecks? What wrecks did we have in stage 2?
Did we even have a caution in stage 2?
We didn't have anything. Nothing. The only cautions we had was the caution before stage 2 started and the caution ending it, I think.
Wait. Did that happen in stage 3?
What?
Or am I just losing my mind?
I don't know.
The wreck, which I assume you all know what I'm referring to.
Which one?
Which wreck?
9 car.
That was in stage 1 towards the end, right?
No. It happened
Oh, maybe
after.
it wasn't.
It happened
2.
after the wreck with Jones.
I'm not sure. That might have been in stage 2.
I can't remember.
It might have been at the start of 2. I'm not really sure.
I'm fairly certain it was in stage 2. It may have been in stage 3. I'm not sure. I'm
All I
fairly
know
certain
is
it was in 2.
okay. The only thing I can say about well, that wreck was the choke took out my pick and he took himself out, which is Velocity's pick. So both of our pick.
Yeah.
Oh, and your pick 2 top, I believe you said Keselowski.
Yep.
Yeah. So our picks got taken out. Back to back.
Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, it's funny. I actually picked. Me and my dad, we have like a little competition that we do. We always pick the winner every race. He picked Keselowski. I picked Elliott in that. And lo and behold, both of our picks wrecked into each other, which we were joking about, like, oh my God, that's going to happen eventually. And lo and behold, it happened today. And we were actually kind of laughing about that. Like, holy crap, it actually happened.
Well,
I think you're.
Go
I
ahead,
think Top
Velocity.
is right. It's Chase Elliott crashed on lap 1. So that would.
So it was
be,
I mean,
okay.
I
That would be
remember.
stage 2.
I remember what happened. I remember that wreck very distinctly.
Yeah,
Elliott
it's
got a good push from Keselowski. So, and then Elliott didn't want to give up that run, so he was going to make the move underneath the Blaney. Blaney went to throw the block, so that forced Elliott to check up just a little bit, and then he tried to move
Spun him
around a
out.
little bit, but then just Keselowski got into a bad spot, packed the air in a bad way, and that just sent the 9 car around. So.
here's
No one's real fault. I'd say just a racing incident.
okay.
Just plate racing with this new package of theirs.
I'll give my thought on that, and then I'm gonna give my grandma's thought on that. Which I'm gonna tell you what I think that should be a segment. Just my grandma's thoughts.
Your grandma.
Yes.
This, I mean, you'll hear some weird stories. Trust me. My thought on it. Okay, Brad gets a run. Bumps into Elliott, just like what you said, Top. I think what happened, because Keselowski, got into the back of the 9 a little bit, kind of made the chase kind of turned it. I think it was more of the arrow loose at that point because we saw that later in the race with Blaney and Kurt Busch, that is.
Exactly.
And it was just racing incident. I mean, of course, Elliott fans are going nuts right now about the race being rigged, but yeah, whatever.
Did they actually say
How
that?
is it rigged?
Did they actually say it's rigged?
You were talking about Chase Elliott. We're talking about the hardcore Chase Elliott fans that it's either checkers or wreckers, and he's never had a checker, so it's always been a wrecker. We're talking about them.
Those are the type of people that like you said, they probably blame someone like Logano, even if they're on different straightaways.
Yes.
He'll win eventually.
So
you don't need to get worked out.
Yeah.
This. I'm just saying, like, there's those fans that are gonna say, I'm not talking about just the average, typical racing fan that pulls for Chase Elliott. I respect them. It's the fans that crawl out of the holes and have all these crazy philosophies. Insert grandmother's opinion. Okay, this one's going to be a little bit, it's a little funny, I'd say. So I told her, Chase pretty much he spun himself out on that one. He didn't have control of the car, so you could say he spun himself out, so to speak. He couldn't control it, which she was like, okay, well then I walked out of the room. She saw the replay. What is she saying? Oh, Keselowski did that, old horse face. He spun him out. He needs to be retired from the race, and he shouldn't touch Elliott. I'm like, I said, Grandma, Keselowski had a run. No, he didn't. He intentionally did it. Everyone wants to take it. Grandma,
what?
Chase, it was an arrow loose incident anyway. And I was like, yes. Kes bumped him for a run that he had.
For a run.
So
Tomorrow, Mickey.
That's okay. And then she's all like, no, I'm glad he's out, but poor Chase shouldn't be out. I was like, okay, you're helpless again. You're back from the day when I guess back, and I was like, well, I guess back in your day, intentionally wrecking
I'll be
somebody
getting
was
back into racing
okay.
tomorrow then.
So yeah. I decided just to make her mad, and you can ask Velocity this. I came up with a little chant for Chase Elliott, and this is nothing against Chase Elliott fans, but this was just to make my grandma mad.
End the stream. End the stream.
Why?
You don't need to hear it.
What?
Your little song.
Oh, what
Is it
about Chase? No.
No.
Is it just going to trigger everyone?
No, this was to make my grandma mad. Just her. And I was singing it.
Just say it once. Just say it once. Don't keep chanting it.
No, I'm not going to chant it. This is a one-time deal. I'm just telling you what I did, and she threw her pillow at me. And this is why it's funny. Hey, get out of here if you're going to do that. Well, I don't want to get this thing copyrighted, so stop. Anyways. So what it was chase the choke, he spun out with engine smoke.
What?
I just had to come up with something that rhymes. So she got mad and threw a pillow at me, and I just chanted it the rest of the time. If I felt like she was getting irate with the two Toyotas on track, spawns of Satan.
Oh my God.
Nobody likes the Toyotas anyways.
I mean, I'm a Chevy guy, but really, I don't care.
Yeah, that's what I told her. I mean, I'm a Chevy guy. I don't like Fords or Toyotas, but I don't look at the manufacturer. I look at the driver. And
I'm in for that. I'm not Toyota's rigged. No.
No, I mean, it seems like it, but it's just because of manufacturer's dominant. Look at 07 with Chevrolet if you want proof of something that you could call rigged. And people that are like Yoder or Ford fans are going to point this out because, Chevy's always been dominant.
Mm-hmm.
And they just can't accept that their manufacturer sucks. So,
and you watch Chevy's going to dominate this year, and people are going to be fine with it, even though when it was Toyota, I would say, Toyota wins all the time, and it's like, well, why aren't you saying the same about Chevrolet in past years?
Yeah, so
and they just sit there in silence, or they block you, or just say a few or something like that. Anyways, that's a completely different topic.
So, stage 2, whatever, all that happened, blah blah blah. Chase Elliott spun. That was like the only wreck in that stage.
Mm-hmm.
It was medium-sized wrecks. We had the mediums. We hadn't had the big one. The big one was lurking.
It did take out Danica, though, which I think kind of sucked. Because she was actually, for a premium motorsport car, there's no denying. She was doing well.
You can ask Velocity. I literally sat there and said, what if Danica wins this race? The back straightaway later into turn 3, she's in a wreck.
I think I can attest to that.
I mean...
you remember I sat there and said, what if Danica ends up winning this race? And then that happens. I mean, I know you were on a delay, but from my end, it was just literally the back straightaway into turn 3. And it was over. God. So, Danica, I will give her credit. She had a pretty good car, though. Then they had to do her usual complaining about the car. They always seem to have to throw those in.
She complained about the car?
Yes, she had something to say about the car and somebody around her or something, on that radio. It was just like the car wasn't handling. The car wasn't handling right. They got on there and they played it, and for real, I'm dead serious.
Well, then what she said on the radio and what she said in her interview with Jamie Little were two total polar opposites.
Well, they said she was complaining about something. I listen, it sounded like her usual. Oh my God, the car's just not right where it needs to be. Oh my God. Kind of deal, whatever. Her usual. Just saying she couldn't go one race without doing that. But hey,
well, she's got the Indy 500 now.
She went out. Anyways, she went out with a bang. Well, let's see. So stage 2 ends with
Blaney, the winner.
Which was awesome
Young
seeing
Ryan
that.
Blaney.
It was nice to see the yellow banana.
And
cool to see Blaney, for sure.
Yeah, it was cool to see Blaney. It was awesome. Stage 2 was lit. Now, what was it? Oh, yeah. Our rookies at the time. Who are the rookies this season? Byron
Wallace,
and Bubba.
Byron. I think that's it.
Byron, Bubba.
At least as far as notable rookies go.
So, for the driver of the 43, he had been running an excellent race.
Indeed.
And that would actually transpire into stage 3 and the finish.
Yes.
Indeed.
Bubba had been doing great all day.
Byron?
No, I said Bubba.
No. I know what you said. I was going on to Byron. Byron got caught up in he got caught up in a wreck, but didn't really cause like significant damage. Tire went down. Oh God, he hit the wall. Okay.
But he had a terrible. I mean, I don't think it could have gotten much worse for him.
Well, I mean, we already know that, he's the new driver. He's the new driver of the 24. And I'm going to give him credit. This is his first 500. He did something Chase Elliott couldn't do. Finish the race. On the track. Not in the garage, on the track. So crossing the line counts. So, yeah, he's already off to a great start for that 24.
Yeah, good for him. Good for him.
Yeah,
I'm excited for him.
But yeah, I think he's going to come in later in the season. Who knows? But on to stage 3. So what did stage?
Hold on. One more thing I wanted to say about that. I just don't think Byron was ready to cut cars. I just don't think he had enough.
I don't.
That was his first race behind the actual race behind the wheel of a cup car.
I think both Elliott and Byron were kind of rushed in. I think they both needed at least one more year in experience.
Byron was
gain experience.
Byron was definitely rushed in. I don't agree with you on Chase. Chase got to run some cup races his second year of Xfinity. So he at least had somewhat of an idea of how the cup cars work. Byron has no idea.
Yeah, Byron's never been in a cup car, and that was actually something they pointed out. He's out of the 2 rookies, the only one that hasn't had cup car experience. And that actually surprised me. I didn't actually think of that.
And Bubba's even had Daytona experience last year when he filled in for Almirola.
Yeah, so
he kind of knows what's going on.
He said he only came up with that song just to mess with his grandmother. So
yeah, it's all right. I saw the comment. But yeah, that just working out the kinks so far. That's all that's happening with our rookies. But hey, I think Bubba worked out enough of the kinks. Gosh.
Did you hear his post race comments, or do we want to wait to talk about that?
I was getting ready to go home at that point. I saw Austin Dillon.
But
that's about it.
Okay.
So then, stage 3 goes on.
Yep.
They go in a single file line again.
Yeah, they pretty much.
They went single file, and at this point, I think to myself, well, this is really kind of meh. But then once they came back from that final commercial break, I'm like, okay, we'll see who will make the first step out of line, who's gonna try and do this, try and do that, and then they said, "Trumbull turn 4." And it's like, oh no, this is gonna be interesting.
Not gonna lie.
And Byron spun out with 10 laps to go.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. I knew when they said Trouble Turn 4 who spun out before they showed it. I just had a feeling. It's the 24 instincts tingling in. It only happened with Jeff Gordon. So, coming back to me. I'm telling you, He reminds me of Gordon enough. He's giving me the vibes. It's awesome. I just didn't like him spinning, but you know, it is what it is. He had damage on that car.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Transpires. So
sorry,
that
I'm
sets us
really tired.
Well, that set us up for some good racing action. We get a restart. What was it, with 8 or 7 to go or something like that?
I think it was 7.
7 to go. 7
yeah.
All right. So we get this good restart. Basically saved the race. Huh? Byron 30th basically saved the race.
Well, did make it a lot more interesting when he did that.
It did.
But holy crap,
okay.
But holy crap, Brandon. Long time, brother.
Brandon. Ignore the 30th part. Okay. Okay. I mean, I'm just looking right at it, you know. So we set up with 7 to go. It's going to be an all-out battle. Green flag from here, not really. So what happens? Blaney's got, you know, they're going back and forth with the lead, whatever. It was some good action finally instead of single filing it.
Yeah, I was getting pumped, especially seeing the 32 up there. Holy crap.
Yeah, the burrito was running up front.
Brandon freaking gone.
Yeah, Brandon gone.
Yeah, that was really cool to see him up there.
That was awesome. I do always root to see an underdog do well, like one of the lower teams. So that's always cool.
Now, we had a similar racing incident in turn 1 or middle of the corners over there.
I count turn 1.
Yeah, okay. So turn 1, we had a similar incident as to what happened in turn 3 earlier in the race. Yes.
Just arrow loose.
Arrow loose. And it just happened again. You get a run, that happens. Bada bing, bada bang, bada boom. The big wreck. The big one actually happens. Finally.
Yep.
Took long enough. You couldn't have done it while they were single file and someone just cut back up in front, take out half the field. No, you had to wait till the end when the racing was good.
It was Kurt Busch, Blaney,
Gone, DeBurrito
was destroyed. Gone was in it. Bowman, unfortunately.
Yep. Which, okay, interestingly, there was other there was a lot of other drivers involved.
Oh yeah, I just
can't think of
most of them off the top of my head.
Jeffrey Earnhardt through.
I know Bubba just
got a little bit of damage.
Yeah, I thought Bubba got involved, but like, you know, he made it through.
Mm-hmm.
So
real man.
Okay, this is what kind of gets me wondering what goes through my grandma's mind. She's fine with that wreck. In fact, she jokingly said, "Oh, what Bowman did right there reminds me of Dale Jr." I'm like, "Are you serious? You can't stand these others wrecking or getting involved." But
Keselowski spins Elliott, and you get pissed at Keselowski. Blaney does pretty much the same thing. Just, I'm not saying that Blaney did anything on purpose. He couldn't, obviously not. I'm just saying that. But Blaney, kind of the same thing happened between him and Kurt, and yet you're just like, and yet you're just like, Bowman.
Yeah, but like it was kind of just like, okay, but yeah, the Bowman thing, I could not believe I heard that come out of her mouth. She sat there and said, "Oh, that reminds me so much of Dale Jr. just tearing up a race car at a plate track." I'm like, Grandma,
you agreed with that. That's the thing.
Wait, what?
Yes, but it shocked me. Yes, I agree. Bowman picked up where Dale Jr. left off for plate tracks, except Talladega.
Look, he can't help it that he just got involved in a wreck. You can't.
No, but that's what I'm saying. You can't help it.
Yeah, same can happen with both of them.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying.
Here's the difference. Dale Jr. had a bunch of incidents where he just spun out on his own. Remember back in 2016 with all the phantom spins?
Yeah.
Amelia got destroyed not once but twice. God rest her soul.
That's actually on that Redneck Jesus Instagram page is Amelia.
Yeah. Oh my God.
So, yeah, it was, I'd have to say Bowman, yes, he got caught up, wrong place, wrong time. Happens at plate tracks, but
yeah.
Don't know why my grandma decided to say that. I literally wasn't thinking that. Then she said, I'm like, oh, yeah. It's sad that you had to bring that up. Yeah, it's just like the most random. And she's joking around about a Hendrick driver getting involved in a wreck. I'm thinking, okay, something's up
all
with
the
your
Hendrick
brain.
drivers crashed today.
Yeah, actually, all of them did.
Did all the JGR drivers crash? Oh, no, wait. Hamlin didn't.
Hamlin, well, yes, he did. Checkered flag. He technically crashed. Checkered flag.
I mean, he finished the race. He's the only one to finish the race in the lead lap.
Yes.
That's correct.
Well, my idea of crashing is you crash and you don't finish the race.
Yeah, I mean, well,
that's
technically Byron crashed, but he still finished the race. Sure, a few laps down, but he technically finished.
So would that be considered crashing? I would.
He got involved in an incident. He did not crash out.
Yeah. Okay, so he was involved in incidents.
I guess I should be more specific.
No, it's fine. I mean, I understand.
He had an incident.
Hamlin's the only.
There you go.
Hamlin's the only JGR driver that didn't get caught up in a crash and finished on the lead lap.
Yeah.
Byron is he got caught up in crashes, incidents, didn't finish on the lead lap. Yeah,
I guess what I mean is the crash didn't affect him.
Yeah, that's
true. Yeah.
What did Denny do that people hate him?
I know what he did.
What did he do?
Well, I
know what happened.
I'll be kind of jumping forward here if I do go ahead and say that, but what people are mad at him about, I think, is a little like seriously.
I don't know what he did.
You're mad about that?
What did he? Okay, all right, hold on.
Okay,
if it's a post-race interview thing, let's get to the end of the race.
It's on the last lap.
So it was when they took the checkered.
Oh, what he did with Bubba?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm willing to bet that's what it was. I didn't see his interview. If he said anything in that.
I'll talk about it when you're ready because I saw it.
All right. Well, so
I might honestly bail before that. I'm on the verge of falling asleep.
So all right. So we
not like because I'm bored, just because I slept terribly last night and
yeah.
Yeah. The spider's lurking.
And shit.
Anyways, so Spider-Man over here, he's got lack of sleep. Spiders bit him. Anyways, his spidey senses are tingling right now. But anyways,
I think my spidey senses are minimal right now. Anyways, I'm sorry.
So we come back around.
So
we're going to take the first overtime attempt, aka the first green white checkered. All right. I figured that there would be like one or two more wrecks and we'd have Talladega 2017 all over again, the fall race. Anyways, we didn't. So I will say this, that final restart, okay, if you notice in the back, I thought NASCAR, they had the rules, you had to line up 2x2 for a restart. No, everybody back there is single file. They know they're not going to do anything. Heck with it.
I guess that's why they didn't enforce that.
I mean, I figured NASCAR, they always make them do it. So I figured they'd make them do it again, but nah. They're just like, nah, we're not going to penalize you. We're inconsistent. It shows. So, anyways, they restart. Hamlin's in the lead. Who's second? Who's second on this restart? Almirola.
Yeah, Almirola.
So Hamlin and Almirola come down. Usually, these restarts can go either way at Daytona. The leader gets enough of a jump to jump in front of the top lane on the little straightaway part before you get to turn one, or second place is good enough to keep them side by side. That happened.
They stayed side by side,
which I was kind of surprised by.
Yes, they stay side by side. When was it Almirola got in front? I think
down the back stretch.
Yeah, down the back stretch. All right, so Almirola gets in front down the back straightaway.
And then he has control of this race. A block on someone behind him.
Yeah, I thought
that left Hamlin left hanging. So it was like, oh boy, it's Almirola and then Dillon. Not to count Hamlin out quite yet, but that certainly hurt him a bit.
Yeah, so Hamlin, he gets regrouped, whatever. All right, so Almirola's got the lead. We're coming up to the white flag. White flag's in the air. Almirola leading him around. He's seeing his second win of his career come at Daytona once again, this time the 500. He's got it in his sights. He's going for it. He goes into turn one, comes out of turn two, still the leader. Down the back straightaway, still the leader. Dillon gets a run. Bolts up to the back bumper of the 10. They go into 3, and Almirola, yeah.
Gets the wall.
Well, he got dumped.
You really think so?
I think so. That's just me. I'm not like mad at Austin Dillon or anything, but just from that one replay that I saw, I only saw it once because then I had to take the trash out.
Well, what were his options? I don't think. I mean, he had Bubba pushing him, and if he slowed down, he would check out the field.
He would have.
Either that or push Almirola, so he was kind of in a bad position there.
He was, but I think that was. I'm not sure he entirely meant to.
No, I don't think he meant to dump him.
I don't think he. It's hard to say, but I think Austin had no intent of letting that 10 just stay in front of him, and he was not gonna just make a move or something.
All right, here's
people
what
are pissed at him for getting into Bubba at the checkered flag when Austin Dillon full out spun Eric. I'm sorry, but that's BS. I get honest now that I 100% agree with.
Yeah, I think it's just driver preference. But here's my take on the Austin. Here's my take on the Austin Dillon, Eric
and manufacturer preference as well.
That too. Toyotas are Satan's children. Anyways,
that's just what people seem to think it.
So, what happened between Austin Dillon and Eric Almirola? Dillon got a run, and he was pushing Eric. Here's my thing. The way that I see it, the front bumper of that Camaro is just rounded enough to where bumping the back of another car isn't going to end well. And we saw this in the Clash.
Right.
We saw this just mainly in the Clash, really, that the Camaro front bumper kind of has that. It's pointed, but it's rounded. It's a weird setup for that front nose.
Yeah.
This is what I'm thinking. They're going and they're starting on that banking into 3. Right about there as they start, I think what could have happened is that edge on that nose caught the bumper just right, sent Almirola around on the banking. So, yes, you could say Austin Dillon caused it, but I'd say it's more of just the design and the fact that the Camaro is not really meant to bump draft somewhat or even bump. I mean, sure, they held it.
Definitely not good. That thing is definitely not the best when it comes to bump drafting, especially aggressively and going into the corner.
Yeah, so, and that's
Dillon. Maybe he could have laid off just a little bit more and then tried to go to the outside. What could he have done?
He would have gotten turned by Bubba.
Yeah,
but then, that's certainly a possibility because
if he has to check up, that also allows the inside lane to.
That would have given Almirola a really good shot at it. So, I still kind of think that Dillon could have easily avoided needing to wreck Almirola on that.
How?
But at the same time,
I don't see how he would have done that.
But at the same time,
it's for the 500.
It is for the 500, and let's face it, Dale Earnhardt would have done the same.
Yeah,
I don't entirely care for that stuff, but yeah, that's.
Yeah,
I don't see how that could have been prevented.
And what Brandon just said, I can agree with that. I still think that it had something to do with that front bumper and that banking.
Do bear in mind, I only saw one replay of it.
Well, I saw about 3 replays of it, and that's where I was getting. I saw different camera angles, whatever. That's what I'm saying. I think it's that front bumper and how they entered the corner on the banking. And yes, with the runs,
was the one from from the building on the front stretch, looking at the back stretch.
Yeah, I saw a different one, but it's a racing incident. Coming back across the line, Dillon's got no pressure from behind. He wins the 500 on the 20th anniversary of Dale Earnhardt's first and only Daytona 500 and the 17th anniversary of Earnhardt's death. This time, the 3-car makes it, the 3-car gets to victory. And I could say, I understand some Earnhardt fans might be upset. I don't know why you'd be upset. I understand it's Austin Dillon, but hey, the 3 cars back in victory lane. And the move that he made was something Earnhardt would have done.
Sorry. I'm laughing at something. something I just saw.
It is true.
Oh my God.
Wait, what?
Look in the chat.
Let's see. Dylan had such a big run with Wallace pushing him. Emerald tried to block while Dylan tried to make the move, and that spun the 10. But let's not forget the fact that Emerald was closer to winning his first race in the 10 than Danica did in 6 years. Well, hey,
that is
I'm going to say this to Brandon. I said this earlier in the podcast. I'm not sure if Brandon heard it. You can't deny it. A premium motorsports car, she kept it in that draft beautifully. You can't deny that.
Yeah.
Until she was involved, which was none of her.
So why can't Stuart Haas Racing kill for her?
Yeah, we'll see what Emerald is able to do. We'll see what Emerald is able to do as the season goes on. But I think that he could do some good stuff.
So, checker flag flies. Dylan's got it. Pulled an Earnhardt move to get it. Don't know why anyone's upset. Old Earnhardt fans like Mark here. Excited. I'm excited. I'm going to be honest. I saw Dylan win his very first race at Charlotte in the Cup Series.
I did too. Half awake.
I was at the track watching it. I saw it in person.
Oh.
As there's a siren going off.
So
the cops are coming.
Maybe. I got to see that. It was awesome. But I actually like the 500 one more than the 600.
I mean, why wouldn't you?
I don't know. It's just like, sometimes you, like for me, my favorite victory of Jeff Gordon's was his 5th Brickyard 400. That's my all-time favorite win of his. I don't care about the 500s that he's won. I don't care about the champion. I mean, I do care about the championships, but I don't care about those particular races. I just like the Brickyard 400 when he got his 5th and final one.
Mm-hmm.
So like for Austin Dillon, his first win, that's exciting. He finally got a win. I was there to see it in person. It's great. His 500 win, I prefer it more.
I mean, I'm kind of mixed about it. I'm like, well, I don't like someone you can go in either way with it. I might need to see some more replays, but the bottom line is 3-car in victory lane. Considering all the circumstances, pretty cool, and I'm satisfied with that Daytona 500. Good start to the Cup season, and we'll see how the rest of the season goes.
Hey, I just now realized something.
Daytona 500, I enjoyed it.
Hold on. Go ahead and talk.
That's how I sum that up and how I feel about that.
Go ahead. I'm going to tell you all this. Go ahead. Talk about the Bubba Wallace incident. I'm going to listen in, but I want to look something up.
Okay.
And then I'm going to throw this statistic out real quick. And I know Larry McReynolds of the podcast here, Velocity, usually throws statistics. I got this. Don't worry.
Okay. So at the end, coming down to the wire, there was Denny Hamlin and Bubba Wallace banging on each other. They made contact, but after the finish, Denny Hamlin basically put Bubba Wallace on the wall.
It kind of looked that way. It's hard to say.
Denny Hamlin said he cut a tire and it was on accident, but I think it was on purpose.
I mean, the cut a tire thing I find hard to believe, but it is possible that maybe they locked wheels and that just kind of sent them up the track in our 2003. So I think that may have happened. So, but whatever the case really was, I mean, if Hamlin did that, just blatantly like turned him up into the wall, that would be kind of silly. But whatever the case is, you can't just jump to conclusions like that and just go, rah, Hamlin sucks. Which again, I think that's still just sour fans from Martinsville last year, and also the fact that he's in a Toyota.
Well, I've always felt this way about Denny Hamlin. I've never liked the guy.
I either like someone or I'm perfectly neutral toward them. That's about it.
All right, hold on.
Well,
I'm going to.
But then,
I'm fine with the race.
Well, I heard Richard Petty was not very happy about that because he told
Richard actually went at no. I did hear that part of Daryl's interview or Bubba's interview, I should say.
Yeah.
Where actually the King didn't go after Denny. The King went after Bubba and said, "Hey, you're supposed to bring that car back in one piece." In all honesty, when he said that, I'm like, seriously, Richard?
But you know what? I felt like he's probably ecstatic right now.
I mean, second place.
I mean, at least I would be.
I think with the Chevy and Bubba Wallace, he's got speed. I think we'll see that 43 car do some good things this season.
I think so too.
I agree. And that's it's an all on it, in my opinion, what James Sam's saying. NASCAR fans are just hypocritical, and that's solely because of Martinsville last year and Toyota. That is all there is. No one's ever going to admit it, but that's all there is to it. And he just got to and he just kind of accept it, or at least I do my best. I just avoid, just those types of comments. I try not to look at them too much, and so yeah, that's all there is to it. Like yeah, Austin Dillon. I guarantee you, if that exact same thing had happened, and say that was Truex or any other Toyota who did that to the Chad, people would be losing their minds, upset, complaining, pissed off. Yeah.
Oof.
So it's just all a matter of circumstance. Bubba Wallace. But Bubba Wallace, heck of a job.
Yeah. He also said in his interview that he thinks Denny Hamlin should take some Adderall.
Adderall.
So, what do you think about that?
Well, let me see here. What is Adderall?
I don't know.
Drug.
I see that. What does it
do?
do?
Since you're on the internet, you should do some research.
I am looking it up on Google right now. What is Adderall and what does it do?
I am trying to find this one.
Central. Oh, wait, hang on.
Hold on just a second.
It's okay. So it looks like it is a central nervous system stimulant that affects chemicals in the brain and nerves that contribute to hyperactivity and impulse control. Adderall is used to treat narcolepsy and attention deficit disorder. Adderall is used to treat ADHD. So apparently, whenever someone says, "Hey, take Adderall," it's essentially them saying that you have ADHD. And now that I realize that, that's freaking low.
Oh, come on. Why do you not? I
don't watch Kamikaze because, in all honesty, I think what he says would just piss me off. You can say literally any negative thing about any negative driver, and I'm just like, come on. It's racing. Yeah. Who cares? It's not going to affect my life.
I don't like what he said, but I mean, it happens. I understand where he's coming from.
You referring to Kamikaze or Bubba?
Bubba. Okay. Talking about as far as Kamikaze.
Kamikaze Games said that was the worst Daytona 500 finish ever. I didn't watch the video. I'm just saying that based off the title because I did not watch the video because I was like, nope, that might piss me off if I see that. Oh well, whatever.
Well,
okay. Joke about the drug a few days ago. It looks like Adderall has become the new meme.
Oh my god,
I don't like it.
Number 15, Burger King foot lettuce.
Okay. Is it bad that I'm okay with that finishing or that name? I'm not going to say that on stream, finishing 4 laps down. Well, that is strange considering then what you said in the hangout after the checkered flag. Just saying. Not cool.
Do they really?
Yeah, Mantron, did Mantron see what he said? I'm not going to turn this into a thing, but yeah.
If I know who you're referring to, I'm on his side on this one. I'm sorry.
What?
Sorry, I was eating a Milky Way, buddy.
Anyways,
I don't think you know who I'm talking about. But anyways,
yeah, I do. I see what he said.
Did you find your statistic?
No,
No,
actually,
I was trying to find. Okay, this is the statistic I was trying to find. When was the last time Dale Earnhardt Sr. led the points standings?
That is a good question.
Pretty sure 2000. I know it was back in 2000 because
If he
and Bobby Labonte were really close for the championship.
Okay, if 2000 was the last time he led the point standings, this is the first time since 2000 the number 3 car has led the points.
Wrong. Ryan Blaney's leading.
What?
Yep.
No! No! My statistic! Screw it!
Oh.
If
me being an overreacting B as usual, my bad. Well,
okay.
At least you're owning up to it now.
Anyways. Dang,
I thought the 3 statistics.
I thought the 3. Okay, so it's not a perfect day for the 3
well,
team.
Blaney's got a stage win, and he's also won his duel, so
again, they should
have more points than him.
But I was trying to find that statistic. So yeah, sorry, my bad. I am well, no, I didn't forget about stage points. What I forgot about was that they also give 10 points to the winner in the duels.
Right.
Stupidity by NASCAR. Thank you, Brian France. Good night.
Hey, Mantron, I sent you a PM on your Mantron 24 thing, just of what I was referring to.
Okay.
So yeah, just check that out then.
Yeah. So I forgot this. I forgot the fact that Brian France and his bald-headed, lazy-eyed self. That all happened. Whatever.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
That race.
It wasn't a big deal.
I mean, he's owning up to it, so at least there's that.
Well, that had something to do with something previously said by somebody else, as I was shown. So I'm on his side on this. But anyways,
I'm not gonna. Velocity just.
It's no big deal. So I completely blew that statistic by being stupid and not looking at the points. Where is Austin Dillon in the points anyway? Third? Second?
I don't know. Gotta be second. Look at points right now.
I gotta imagine he'd be second.
Well.
Or maybe third. I don't know.
So thank you, Brian France, with that lazy, sloppy-looking eye of yours, your receding hairline, and the fact that you're a football fan. Thank you for ruining NASCAR.
Oh, yeah. God.
Anyways, so that's the Daytona 500. Great race.
That's the Daytona 500. Good stuff.
Except for like the middle portion, whatever. But hey,
I mean,
it brought it.
So
it wasn't the best Daytona 500, but it was by no stretch the worst. Not by the slightest stretch.
Wait, what?
It was very good.
Oh,
and very entertaining in my book. On to Atlanta we go.
Yep, on to Atlanta.
But here's the thing, though. Ryan Blaney technically has more points, but Austin Dillon has the win. So if we're talking playoff standings, Austin Dillon is technically ahead.
That's true. So
yeah, but I'm talking points, just regular points, So.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Blaney, for ruining that. Dale, yeah.
Dale, yeah.
Anyways, so
Redneck Jesus.
So what? You
I was just gonna say, did you guys like the Aero package?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. This is bringing more excitement. If only they would stop going single file.
Well,
not much you can do about that. I don't think.
I mean, if there's going to be no restrictions on that stuff, well, then hey, teams can have at it. In all honesty, I think that's very interesting to see just how fast the teams can get the cars. So, In all
tandem
honesty,
drafting. Let's bring it back.
Tandem drafting? Is that what you just said?
Yeah, I think it'd be cool to do again.
I hate that kind of. I'd rather have the pack racing and all that,
I
not
agree.
Why?
the 2-car. Look, I don't like 2-car tandems or 3-car. It's not exciting just to see two guys going bumper to bumper. You know, just pushing each other. One guy's pushing, the other guy's out front. It's kind of retarded because it takes the essence of a plate race, and it's more like, all right, so which two are going to actually be out front?
Pretty much. So,
It's
although that does remind me of the old ESPN days, which I miss ESPN.
Yeah.
I miss Ken Squire.
I miss Lee Diffie.
Yes.
Oh, wait.
I saw this joke on Instagram today. The reason Dale Jr.
If you're ready for Atlanta next week, give me a Dale, yeah.
Dale, yeah.
Dale, yeah, I suppose.
Oh, hold on. The reason Dale Jr. sucked in 2017 was because he got the Jesus part knocked out of him at Michigan 2016, but kept the redneck.
No, you know why Dale Jr. had a terrible year in 2017? It's because he and his crew chief could never, ever communicate.
I know.
And Dale Jr. was trying to be the crew chief. It wouldn't just shut up and drive.
Shut up and drive. I think it's a TV show.
I have no clue. But
I think that's a TV show on Velocity. No pun intended.
TV show on Velocity.
I mean the TV channel, not the
I
gentleman who we
are
currently talking to here.
So go watch some new episodes of some weird TV shows on Velocity. Not the YouTube channel with an 88X attached to it. No, TV.
Speaking of Dale Jr., how about that command that he gave today at the start of the race?
Oh,
that
was
awesome.
That was. Oh, and for SD. Oh, for SD, Delia.
Let's do it. But yeah, that's how a command should be. The big just drivers, start your, and then a very extended engine, just like that. That was perfect.
Do you want that sound effect for NR 2003?
If you can make that an OGG audio file, yes.
I'll work on that.
I would love that.
Give it to me.
And then I could put it into the pack. You just have to make it OGG, not MP3.
Oh my god.
But that could work.
I'm sorry, the roasts on Draft Attack this season are apparently going to be real.
I've never seen Dale Jr. scream so loudly since he last won a championship. Oh wait. Well, actually, technically, he is a Busch Series champion.
1999.
1999, yeah. So technically, he's kind of, yeah. Now, to anyone watching this in the future, I'm just reading what the chat's saying.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm gonna be completely honest. The roasts this season are gonna be for. I'm roasting any driver. I don't care you favorite or not. I'm just going full out. If I can make a joke, a roast, I don't care. We're doing it.
Hey, in all honesty,
he could roast himself easily.
Oh my god, have you heard how much I roast myself?
Yeah, we know you're a stick, but I'm also a whale, so deal with
it. Top is so roasted that he could be a sandwich at Arby's.
We have the meat. He can make Arby's meat mountain out of himself. Except it would be burnt. No one wants. No, he's over roasted. No one wants that.
Burnt top dragster.
Yeah. I mean, why would you go to Arby's if I'm on the menu? You're just gonna get a burnt piece of meat on a couple of pieces of bread.
But yeah, I just want to point out. So I don't care who your favorite driver is.
In all honesty,
who you like
if you're gonna roast everyone. So that's
what I'm saying.
That.
This race, it was, whatever. There wasn't that many people to roast. I mean, I could say some things, but I already said stuff about Elliott and other things, but I think maybe one I forgot. Please roast Kyle Busch. No, because then you're going to go into a frenzy. I don't need Kyle Busch fans doing like him and crying. Gosh. Oh, sorry.
There it is.
So yeah. Well, All right, guys. Well, we're fixing to have to, end
Roll
this
out.
podcast here. We're going to have to end it like Chase Elliott did his day, in a spin twist. But anyway, so just like Byron scraping the wall, this is our send-off.
I am Top Dragster.
I am
AKA
not Top
the
Dragster.
guy who, AKA the guy. Well,
Okay. This is going. This is a terrible outro. I'll go ahead and say this. So thank you guys so much for watching the Draft Tech Podcast Season 2, Episode 3 with the co-hosts Top Dragster.
Not Top Dragster.
All right. Also, our other co-host, Velocity 88X, aka our Larry McReynolds.
AKA not Top Dragster, AKA not Mantron 24.
Oh, and
not Velocity 88X.
Oh, I forgot to mention Spider-Man.
But
anyways, so thank you to Spider-Man and Larry Mack for joining. And as Michael Waltrip, I am going to...
Wait. Hang on. If that's the case, Velocity is Larry Mack. I'm Spider-Man. What are you?
Michael Waltrip.
Michael Waltrip?
No, you're Rutledge Wood.
Oh, Rutledge Wood. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I'm just going to stand here for NBC, talk about eating and some stupid stuff that no one cares about.
And I'm going to talk to this kid with a blue flag at New Hampshire who just keeps showing the blue flag at literally everyone.
So anyways.
Do you remember that?
Well, this podcast has ended about like Kyle Busch did. Rear end torn out of it. Anyways, thank you so much for watching.
Oh, God.
Well, yeah, because the end of this has turned into a very terrible show.
That's true.
Anyways, so on behalf...
So let's do this like Eric Amarola. Let's just end this.
All right. Yeah, step on a crack, break Amarola's back. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching.
Sorry.
Again, co-host Top Dragster, Velocity 88X. I'm Mantron24.
And subscribe to the respected YouTube channels.
Yes, I forgot to put the links in the description. Crap. Well, I didn't have time.
Well, do it. Well, you can go to this channel's
let's call it a search bar.
And on the bros, you'll see all three of our links. Or you can just type them up in the search bar.
But anyways, so yeah. Thank you all so much for watching the Draft Tech Podcast Season 2, Episode 3, discussing the Daytona 500. So, what?
Well, I was just going to say, Velocity, after we're done here, don't leave yet.
Okay.
So, we will see you all for Atlanta, which, by the way, I'm picking Truex. Good night, everybody.
I don't know who I'm picking it. But take care.
I'm picking Truex. Well, I'll put a little video with the picks, like a screenshot. Don't worry. Of y'all's picks. But anyways, thank you all so much for watching, and peace out.